How do you grow your brand? What's involved? Do you diversify? Do you launch new products, expand to new regions, hire more employees, or do you just increase good old content production? IK has killed 6 people that we know of: Kelly Lime, John Johnson, Guru Atmos, Kian Hassan, Perry Winklehorn, and Farah Isaacs. And as far as launches go, it was aggressive, consistent, and definitely eye-catching. It's everything you would want it to be. But then IK went silent. No more clues went up. No more corpses were found in avant-garde displays. And for a little while, people were starting to hope that maybe she just stopped. Maybe this was just a little one-off thing she needed to do to get some stuff off her chest. But of course, there are those of us, and most of you are listening here, that know if it's too good to be true, it probably is, and that if someone is really good at something, and I mean ungodly talented really, they don't tend to stop until they have to. And IK, our own little bloodthirsty Energizer bunny, is most certainly in that position. So what has she been doing for the last few weeks? Diversifying, hiring help, or is she just getting ready to start increasing production? Because if you haven't seen it yet, a new clue is up and live online. Only now there's no doubters saying it's a hoax or a conspiracy. It's not some kid pranking the world. Everyone is taking her seriously now, and everyone is listening. I'm Ben Robinson, and here's what we know. The clue I am, of course, referring to can be found on IK's Instagram, which, while not having any actual ties to the serial killer herself, or so we think, whoever is running the account at Image Killer has done a detailed job of tracking down the clues and consolidating them into one place. Maybe there's a pattern, maybe it's just a fan. I don't know why they're doing it, but if they ever feel like coming on the show and chatting about it and sharing some thoughts, I'd love to have them on. Now, the newest clue to go up was an image of 2.5 human hearts, which makes me think of 2 possibilities. First, this could be a reference to something surgical in nature, or at least anatomical. But the second, more obvious connection is pretty clear to anyone who grew up with any kind of retro gaming system or half-decent PC. The latest IK clue bears striking resemblance to a particular video game health bar, and one that is dipping pretty near to game over for whichever player IK has chosen. But who could it be? Specifically, Ben, come on, give us a name. Don't leave us hanging. Well, I don't have one for you because I'm not psychic. What I do have for you is the theory that this is going to be someone heavily involved in the gaming industry. This person is a pro, and this person is an asshole, which in the online world of gaming is one hell of a long list. But to be sure, there are worse offenders than others. So do you think it's you? Are you one of those trolls that looks for servers ripe with noobs to boost your stats? Or is IK aiming bigger? Maybe it's a developer. One of those unscrupulous game designers who's pumped a franchise full of more bukkake microtransactions than a vintage porno theater. Regardless, we all know the criteria for an IK victim. A loud, public asshole, and someone who, despite the method employed, we can all agree probably had something coming. Which leads me to believe that we're looking for a Twitch streamer. Public, check. Loud, check. Dickish, typically. But as for criteria number 3, that tends to go on a case-by-case basis, but they're not that hard to single out. Social media thrives on the clickbait, the controversial, the offensive, the trend, and any and all means to get noticed. And for those that think that's going a step too far, that that's hurtful to your feelings, well, get over yourself. You had 3 months of watching people get butchered left, right, and center, so stop being such a prick. You didn't change shit. Now, if you want to stick to your principles, that's fine. I respect that. Believe me, I do. I would certainly stick to mine. But do yourself a favor and take some precautions. Don't just assume that because you think you're in the right that nothing can happen to you. Don't be that arrogant. So to sum that all up, Twitch streamers beware. If you have a following, if you are in the public eye, do yourself a favor and start looking over your shoulder. Change up your schedule. Once again, this is just my theory based on the facts that I have, and if you don't like it, that's fine, because in 7 days, IK will be delivering a corpse. So please, enjoy your opinion while it has the possibility of still being relevant, because one way or another, we're gonna know who's right. That's it, guys. Good night.